What's up, YouTube? We got another reaction, and we got to listen to what Judge Mathis got to say about Nolan Wells. So let's go ahead and get the video started. He one of my favorite judges. He keep it so
Judge
real.
Mathis, happy to have you back, my man.
Thanks. Thanks for having me back.
Yes, indeed. Had to bring
Anytime.
you back on, man. There's so much going on with this Nolan Wells case. I'm still catching up with the details. So, I wanted to bring you back on and get your take on it. For the people that may not be familiar with the case, can you break it down?
Yeah,
I can already tell he doesn't want to speak on this, and I can already tell this is a hurtful situation to him. Judge Mathis is a real judge, so he's gonna judge the situation at he's gonna judge the situation how it's supposed to be judged because he's a judge. Is what I'm saying. Like, but a judge can't really put their opinion in it. So this is my first time really hearing Judge Mathis's real opinion and not just him basing it off the law.
certainly. Nolan, a black man, went on a boat ride to a pretty much resort island, not necessarily, just a fun island off the coast of Mississippi. And four of them left and went and had fun, and only three returned. They then found.
You see how black people as a whole, you leave with somebody, you come back with that person. Even if I go out with my little brother and I come back without him, I get in trouble for that. That's why he's saying four people left and three people came back. If you left with four, you come back with four. That's the whole moral of what he just said immediately. That's the immediate problem.
Nolan dead. His three friends that he had come with in the boat had gone and left in the boat and claimed that Nolan stayed behind by himself.
God damn it.
And additionally, however, and this is where the first question comes in
Oh
with
yeah, my
me,
fault.
they say he left his cell phone. They have his cell phone, they had it in their possession. Okay, so if your buddy says to you, I'm leaving, you all go back. I'm staying by myself. No friends, just me wandering around.
Which
And
doesn't make sense.
then you see that he had left his cell phone. So
On
you
the boat.
see, so you say, in the boat. And instead of taking it back to a friend who's on the island by himself, and by the way, did you ask him how he was getting home?
Do you see how he's talking about this? He's talking about it so factual because he's a judge. You get what I'm saying? And it's just real. It's real spill because it's like you stand here by yourself, but I got your phone. I got your phone. So why would I let you stay on the island by yourself and I got your phone? How are you gonna get home? How are you gonna call somebody? Especially if you with a girl, don't you want the girl number? You feel me? Like it's a whole bunch of doesn't make sense. And I already heard the phone call and they said no, Land, no, is he dead? Ooh, I already heard that phone call. I heard it on Instagram. So it's like y'all know for a fact this man is dead. So it's like it's more and more of them trying to cover up their tracks on what happened. No, don't nobody know what happened yet. But I guarantee you, when these people get caught, they're gonna confess.
So instead of going back, you couldn't be that far off because the phone right in the boat. Say an hour two. If you're a real friend, you'll drive back on that recreational hour or two on the boat having fun to give your man his phone. Because if he's
Right.
out there by himself,
He need it.
no question about it, 90% white in the state of Mississippi that has a history of demonizing
Being
and
racist.
black men and killing them in the civil rights era. Most of the civil rights killings occurred in Mississippi.
I didn't know this was Mississippi. That's another thing I did not know this was Mississippi. Mississippi is known for lynching, bro. Especially back in the day, they're known for lynching. And mind you, I got these glasses on because I'm doing I got them. Shout out Meta, man. Shout out Ray Bans or shout out Ray J. But
Including Medgar Evers,
Mississippi is known for
including
being murder.
our dear young brother from Mississippi who was killed, and several others. And so we know that Mississippi has a history of demonizing and marginalizing black men. And so the
100%.
question became, what
What
is the
happened?
investigation going to be? Well, the police immediately accepted the version of the three young men that returned. Now here you are, you're supposed to be the police.
Because they're white, man. And I hate to say, I really don't hate to say it. It's because they're white. If it was three black people and a white man didn't come back, y'all going to jail. And we found him dead. Oh, y'all going to jail for a long time too. Immediately. Of course, they're gonna accept this story about us. They're gonna accept this story from three white males about a black man. Come on, man, it's Mississippi. See, I didn't know it was Mississippi. See, that's why I kept thinking, like, how are these people not in jail? How are these people not in jail? Like, it's Mississippi, bro. They want to see black people meet their demise. They want to see them. They demonize in that state on everything.
And I just deduced it, and I deduced it not just now, but I had deduced it immediately after seeing it in the media. And I'm not an investigator, I'm a lawyer and a judge, but an investigator, that is a police investigator / detective, has investigative techniques that would have immediately thrown into question what occurred, and common sense throws into question what occurred. And that's where we're at now. And there's some actions being taken by Ben Crump. I've spoken with him, and he's on top of it. And the family has the questions raised. Again, why would he leave his cell phone? Because
if I was Nolan Wells, I wouldn't want to get left on the island by myself. Especially if I came with y'all. Even when you go somewhere with your friends, they all ready to go, and you don't want to go, you still leave. There is no book in the world where someone goes somewhere and be like, I want to stay here. And y'all leave him. Especially if y'all drove on the boat to get there. It's not no... What boat is he going to get? What boat is he going to use to get home? And y'all left on the boat. This is all characteristics of a bad friend. Plus, I seen the interview. Dude don't even look remorseful. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't see no remorse for Nolan Wells in none of these stories, none of these articles, nothing. Everybody trying to rule this as what? A suicide? Because this is a murder. I'm going to keep it real. Nolan Wells was murdered. Let's just keep it real.
it had to be voluntary. And then voluntarily stay on an island by himself without telling them why. A lot of questions there, a lot of holes in it, and that's what that grand jury is going to look into. That's the good news.
Yeah, that definitely don't make no sense. So why would he give his phone to his friend? And I heard that his mom, she had to find out by using an app that his friend had his phone after it was reported that he was missing.
Very suspicious, correct. And then there's a lot of...
So they didn't tell nobody that they had Nolan's phone? This is an attempt to get rid of evidence. I already know she was finding my iPhone. Walked up to him like, the phone is in your pocket. He gave it, I forgot he gave it to me. Come on, man. No one leaves their phone nowhere. This don't go nowhere. You see how I'm doing a reaction on my phone right here? Your phone don't go nowhere without you. You don't go nowhere without your phone, especially a black man. Especially a man that's trying to go mess with a girl. Come on, man, you're going to need your phone. Especially a man that's on an island and needs a ride. Come on, man, be for
questions. Real. There's a lot of unanswered questions. There's allegedly an altercation that took place, and I think they say there may be some footage of it. Some have been AI-generated various things, so we don't really know what's true or not. But I think they have eyewitnesses, and that's where the investigation should go. Were there eyewitnesses that saw any type of altercation? Is there video? There's cameras everywhere. You can't do anything without being caught on camera, believe me. And so to that extent, there's some footage out there that shows this altercation, if indeed it occurred. And so the grand jury, they are impaneled when there's a reasonable suspicion that something may have occurred. So that's good news. There's a reasonable suspicion that a crime has been committed. When you go to the grand jury, the prosecutor presents all the evidence that they have to explain to the grand jury the case they're looking into, and 90% of the time, or over 90% of the time, the prosecutor comes back with an indictment because grand juries only hear one side. So they're only going to hear the side of the prosecutor. So the question becomes, is the prosecutor going to do a thorough investigation, and presentation to the grand.
That's basically what he's saying. If the prosecutor can convince the grand jury that Nolan Wells was in fact murdered or killed, whatever you want to call it, or unalived, whatever you want to call it, if they can prove that and present the evidence and present it the right way, they only gonna hear one side of that story anyway, and that's the prosecutor. So if the prosecutor can't prosecute the right way, they free. That's basically what they say. They free. You get what I'm saying? Cause they 3 white people, man. You know they got money to fight it. But it's like Mississippi. You gotta think about it like this. A lot of people back in the day was racist. You feel me? And they people could be racist. Like they great granddaddy, they great granddaddy and shit. You never know what they was taught as a kid. You get what I'm saying? Like I ain't seen not one interview of somebody crying talk about Nolan. And this supposed to be our homie. This supposed to be our dog. I ain't seen not one interview about nobody crying. Nobody, especially somebody that was on the boat. How did a fun time go to a killing? How a fun time turn to a horrible mystery? You feel me? Like, cause something's not making sense. For real.
Jury, because if they miss some parts of the evidence that is necessary, then the grand jury has nothing to consider. But if, as it has been in most cases, it goes where the grand jury charge has been made, it's going to go to an indictment. And then all evidence will be seen on all sides. What I don't like about grand juries is if the defense don't get a chance to present their case to the grand jury. It's only the prosecutor. Prosecutor says, we have this, that, and the other evidence, begins talking, brings people in to interview them during the grand jury process, and then they determine whether there's probable cause to believe that a crime was committed. Probable cause means more likely than not. Reasonable suspicion means there may have been a crime, and so we have to look into it. Probable cause means we believe there was a crime, more likely than.
Bro, this is a judge. This grand jury, they're gonna have to be in front of a judge. So he telling you what the judge and how this is gonna go. For real. They telling you they not even gonna be able to defend themselves if the prosecutor does a good enough job. That's basically what he just said. And it's like, how can you defend yourself and your story don't line up? You know what I'm saying? There's too many gaps and holes in Kanye West clothes that doesn't make sense in his story. And this man is dead. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody's even saying like, okay, it was an altercation. Bro hit him, he fell, bust his head. Y'all could have kept it real. But I heard his autopsy, his throat was crushed and the back of his head was hurt. Your throat is crushed because someone is choking you. Your throat just don't crush. You don't fall and hit your throat. You fall and hit your chin. You get what I'm saying? So the fact that his throat is crushed, that means someone choked him. Or goddammit, or choked him from behind, anything. He could have got jumped anything. Or, if you ask me, what if that was they playing all in the beginning? You thought you was finna go to a fun island. I showed you a fun time to take your life. That's how spiteful some people are. Believe it or not, that's literally how spiteful some people are. I'm finna take you to your death. For real. They probably hated on him. Ain't no telling. He probably had all the girls, all the clothes, and he's the only black dude. You feel me? So, I don't know. And then black people, a lot of people just naturally gravitate toward him. You feel me? We could dance, we could do a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? Like, people might like the Nolan swag. He probably messed with the girl that bro wanted, the white dude. You feel me? It just go back to like dude that stabbed the white dude at the school. He immediately got life. Why? Because it's a white dude. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, you don't really get no fair shot when you're a black dude, man.
So that's where we're at with it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but Nolan's mom, she said that his phone was scrubbed, right?
Yes. The mother said
clean?
that some of the things on his phone had been removed. And I don't know what evidence they have of that, but she's not saying anything to jeopardize the truth in this case. And so everything she says, I'm going to take her at her word. She has no reason to trump up anything. She wants to get to the bottom of this and who killed her son. I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed. But I'm a judge that has to weigh all the evidence. Preliminarily, that's what I see. You don't leave your friend on an island seeing that he has left his phone
100%.
and not at least go back. You came there with him. You left him there, you say, because he wanted to stay. But you notice that he's
No.
left his phone. How was he going to get home in the first place? Wouldn't he need his phone in order to call his transportation? Or they should
Which
have
is a
known
boat.
some of that. He would have said, I'm going to get home by such and
You can't call an Uber from no island, bro. That's another thing. I'm not saying he don't need his phone, but that's another reason why he need his phone. You gotta call like the Coast Guard or something. If your friend got his granddaddy boat and your friend just took his granddaddy boat and that's the same boat you just came on, who boat are you gonna be on? This is not, oh yeah, we at Home Depot. I'm gonna just catch an Uber. Y'all can go ahead and leave. I'm gonna go ahead catch an Uber. No. This is an island that took them an hour to even drive over the water to get there. You feel me? So it's like the fact that you will lead this man here, that already shows that y'all not friends. That's y'all whole thing. No, it's my boy, that's my homie, that's my buddy. That's what he kept saying, that's my buddy. Ooh, that's my buddy. If your buddy, why would you leave your buddy on the island by himself? What if something happened to him? Alright, y'all don't care because something actually did happen to this man. You feel me? Me and my homie go to an island. Whether he want to stay or not, bro, you coming with me. Now, if you want to come back on your own, that's on you. But you coming with me because you came with me. So when I leave, you leaving. Because I'm not saying that like I'm running you, like I'm your boss or nothing shit like that. But it's just how we raised. You feel me? We raised like that. However, when I leave, you leave. When I go, you go. When I fight, you fight. That's why all the black people looking like, he said he wanted to stay, man. Ain't nobody doing that, man.
such way. When you, hey man, I'm not coming. Y'all go ahead. I got a young lady.
No.
Okay, man. Is she gonna bring you home? How you gonna get home? You don't ask any of those questions?
And this your buddy?
So you must have asked those questions. If you didn't, that's more evidence that I believe contributed to the reasonable suspicion. So I'm with the prosecutor. How about that so far? So you won't have to say that the judge is making conclusions without getting the evidence. The prosecutor has found enough evidence to create a reasonable suspicion that a crime occurred. And now they're going to interview everybody and come up with some answers on whether to indict. So I'm there with the prosecutor so far. Take it to the grand jury. Now I have to wait until what the grand jury comes back with before I support any.
You can tell he know he done. Like you can tell how the judge talking. Like, listen, man, I'm with the prosecutor. The prosecutor gonna go ahead and prosecute y'all, and he got enough evidence to assume that there was a crime being committed. Just the fact that he got enough evidence for reasonable doubt, they gonna show the evidence in court, and they gonna see what can we convict you of. You know what I'm saying? Once they start doing interviews and your story don't line up with their story and his story don't line up, somebody gonna break. You feel me? If you drop a carton of eggs with 12 eggs in it, I guarantee 2 of them break. Maybe 1. It only take 1 to get a confession, and that'll convict everybody in that circle. It only take 1 person to be like, you know what? We killed that boy. They was fighting. Dude bust his motherfucking head. Shit, dude just got on top of him and choked him. You feel me? Threw him in the water. Then where was his body at? They said his body was disappeared, and then it just appeared in the island. And the girl that they claimed that he was with, that stayed on the island, she said, well, he didn't stay with me. He went on that boat. So the fact that he went on that boat, then he ends up dying. Y'all pull up on the boat without him. What y'all do? Throw him over the boat? You feel me? Y'all throw him overboard in the water? This y'all buddy? You feel me? Mind you, me and the guys can fight right now. I ain't trying to, you feel me, hurt you. But friends fight. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to fight you, but friends do fight. That's just a real thing. These are young kids. I'm a grown man. Grown man shouldn't be fighting other grown man. But kids fight, bro. So you couldn't throw hands with him real quick and then shit, be bygones, let bygones be bygones till you feel played. You feel me? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense.
Charge or any lack of charges.
So you feel like it was foul play?
Yes. It doesn't make sense, and it creates a presumption when you don't have an explanation and someone ends up dead, and you hear contradictory or stories that really aren't credible because they make no sense, and you hear the same story from three people. Who knows? They may have told 2 or 3 different stories. We don't know. We will know when that grand jury comes back. So that's the case in that scenario.
Do you feel like the person who had Nolan's phone should face charges? It's a lot of people out there that
Yes.
feel that way.
100%. Because you have his phone, did he give it to you? That mean he talked to you. That mean you seen it. That mean you hid it. Man, I'm gonna keep it real. I got my homie phone and he died. I'm bringing it straight to his people. You feel me? For one, I'll never be in this situation. But when you got your homie phone and he just passed away, why do you still got it? And why is shit deleted? I think you deleted it. Because you the one that got it. You feel me? That's just common sense, bro. You feel me?
Well, they only know he had it. Well, did he try and keep it? And did the mother just discover? I think that's what we found. The mother discovers it. The question is, how long after did she have to chase down the phone, if you will? Was it 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Perhaps if it happened within hours of them returning, then maybe you do give a little grace there. But if it happened a day or two, suddenly I got to chase down the phone, then yes, that's additional reason to be suspicious. It causes reasonable suspicion. And yeah, so I think those are the factors, and those are all the things that's going to come out in the investigation. How did she find out where his phone was? How long did it take her to find it out? What was the reaction once she went to retrieve the phone, or the police went to retrieve the phone? Those are the answers that have come in this further grand jury investigation.
With all the information you know, right, what do you personally think happened to him?
Well, if they say that,
I really want to know what he thinks. Because Judge Mathis is one, even if you watch the Judge Mathis show, he keep it so real. Even if you went to jail for some real shit, like, you know what, I'm just let you go. So his opinion is not biased. He keeps it so real. I want to see what he got to say. But I know that he thinks that they did it. You get what I'm saying? I think that they got into a fight. Bro hit him too hard. He probably fell. I don't know, because they said his throat was crushed. So it's like, was you fighting him and then you choked him and he died? You feel me? Like, I don't know.
It was an argument. They say they left him there without him telling them how he was getting home. They said it was, I don't know if they said it was an altercation, but others say that it was an altercation. I guess we'll wait and see if that's the case. But if that was the case, the question becomes, who was the altercation with? And it could be that his buddies just punked out and fled. They may have seen a fight and left him. And now they're scared to admit they punks. That's far-reaching, but I believe there was foul play. I don't know how it may have occurred, but for his phone to be left in the boat, obviously, or retrieved, rather, and taken in the boat, there's something nefarious about that. So I'm not going to guess and say whether I think they've committed a crime. I'm going to say it's reasonable suspicion to believe that they've committed a crime based on the narrative and the evidence that has been presented so far.
You believe it was racial bias in the investigation?
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I said that because they're trying to make it seem like I just seen the post. They like Nolan was drinking before he died. Who doesn't? They was probably all drunk. That's probably why they ended up killing him. Let's start there. People start hearing demons, all type of things when they have to drink. You feel me? So it's like, y'all partying. What do y'all suspect he's gonna do? But the fact that he's black, y'all making it seem like he's an alcoholic. He's young. You can't even be that young and be an alcoholic. You feel me? So it's like they trying to paint this picture of this man. Excuse me, trying to paint this picture of Nolan. Mind you, no one knows Nolan but these people. We don't know him. So we don't know. He could be anything. You feel me? I ain't gonna speak on him. RP, he could be anything, any type of person. But nobody deserves to just get killed thing, goddammit, for nothing. That's what it seems like. Because nobody's making, it was altercation, then we left. So motherfucker fought and then y'all beat him to death. You feel me? Like, Nolan was not shot. Nolan was not stabbed. His autopsy, private autopsy, because his autopsy at first, people wasn't trying to tell you. He had 2 autopsies. The second one, they said his throat was crushed and the back of his head was damaged. Like, either he fell and motherfucker started choking him, or shit, somebody jumped him, punched him in the back of his head, and somebody choked him. Anything, for real. Motherfucker could have put anything around his neck, choked him, or he could have got hung, man. I hate to say it, but that's what Mississippi is known for. That racist. You feel me? So I don't know, honestly.
Because our
Like you
life
say, getting
is less
competitive.
valuable to the larger community, to white folks. We devalue black men. They devalue our community in general and neglect to give the type of attention to the victimization, crime victims in our community. And this is no more different. You know, Mississippi really has a bad reputation, and this once again is reinforcing it. And I hope they get to
For
the
real,
bottom
that's
of
Jim
this. Going to
Crow.
be another black eye. Emmett Till, Medgar Evers.
Bro, Emmett Till was in Mississippi. I did not know that. For people that don't know, Emmett Till was a young man that did one of them to a white girl. They came to Emmett Till crib and basically pulled him out of his house. Told his dad, don't even get involved. Pulled him out of his crib, beat him, stabbed him, shit, shot him. You feel me? Hung him, all type of shit. And he had an open casket. That's why Emmett Till is so known. He had an open casket, and it was horrific, bro. Like to this day, like even thinking about it, I could tell you what his face looked like. Like it's something that shouldn't even be on the internet, but it proves throughout the history we always being blackballed. We always being the short end of the stick. We always being the person that always comes up short. You feel me? Or shit, life get cut short. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, man.
Now this, Nolan Wells. I think
This is something that's gonna
it
be
may
in
have been
history.
Alabama, but the 3 civil
Civil rights.
rights college students that were killed, I think it was Mississippi. So in that case, Warner, Goodman, and Cheney, two Jews and a black man. And so I think that might have been in Mississippi. Nonetheless, it's in that same region.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing. You know, most upper income black folks live in predominantly white communities because that's what upper income is. And white suburbs of America, the bordering towns or suburbs. And that's where all the rich folks are. And to that extent, rich black folks, that's where they're going to be if they want to live the highest quality of life. Those living the highest quality of life, those are the folks who have the most money. So those with the most money should live the highest quality of life. So to that extent, however, you see a very small number of black folks living in rich areas or with white kids, period, growing up with white kids.
Why is that?
And in the instance of my children, for example, you knew they grew up prosperous, of course. And when we left Detroit, thank God they were in the 9th and 10th grade, so they were already stable with regard to their perspective on the world. Because in LA, La La Land, you lose perspective of what's happening on the real world. You're kind of isolated, and they have different values, and their lifestyles are different. So in my case with my sons, 90% of their friends were black during their grade 6 through, or when we left Detroit, 9th through 12. However, they had been strengthened and undergirded with African American history, all black schools in Detroit up into the 9th grade. So they maintained themselves and who they were. But they saw so many other black kids who attached themselves to a lifestyle that was pretty much excluded anything from our culture. And when you get in that position, you think that they're accepting you. Sometimes you are the entertainment. I remember I had to tell my son.
Basically saying don't try to get in where you don't fit in, because people are, you the entertainment, you the send off, you the peon. You feel me? Like you the one that want to be with it, and you really not. That's why you keep doing like this. Like it just don't go together. Always watch my body language. It just doesn't go together. Like he's saying, my son is not no street dude. You feel me? Most of their friends are predominantly black. You feel me? And shit. Some of them going this route, some going that route. And if you go that route with them, you might be the laughing stock because everybody know that ain't you, bro. For real. That's to everybody that's trying to really be in the streets. Everybody know that ain't you. You feel me? Be you. If you're gonna be anybody in this world, bro, be you. The person that's watching, if you're gonna be anybody, be yourself, bro.
Because he was the most popular kid in school, in an all-white school. And he'd tell me the interactions, how they would occur. And so I would say, don't you let them turn you into no cowboy, where you're able to be the bad guy who everybody likes. That's what cowboys are. The bad guy, and everybody likes him, though. I said, no, don't you be that. You be the leader of that pack, and you show them, bring them over into black culture as opposed to being in there. They're already in black culture with our fashion and with our clothes and with our music.
Right.
So that was my feelings about going to a overwhelming majority white school and overwhelming majority white friends. You got to be cautious there.
Yeah, it sounds like his friends wasn't really his friends, unfortunately.
Well, a lot of times that's the case. Maybe they had him once again as some form of I'm cool because I got the brother with me, or he's all right and we'll let him hang, but we ain't bringing him over for dinner. I'd like to hear that. How often he went to dinner with those children's at those children's home?
Come on,
How
man.
often he?
They probably never did none of that. Nolan probably never met none of their parents. They probably been over Nolan's career probably, but I guarantee like he not riding their whips, none of that. Like he got on that boat, they probably was trying to stun on him, cause Nolan probably ain't got nothing. Trust me, I know how I feel. He feel be down bad, ain't got nothing. Black kid, just then the third, having the right friend. One of my white friends when I was young named Devil of Fortune. He was a white dude, never treated me no type of different, nothing like these people. I'm gonna keep it real, but. And I had dinner at his crib. We used to watch 8 Mile. So it's like, it's real thorough, you feel me, white people out here. Just keep it real, it's real thorough white people out here. It's white people that act like black people, you feel me? But it's people like this that'll trick you till your death. Don't get tricked to your death out here, man, for real. Know who your friend and know who not your friend. Know who to trust and know who not to trust. Really don't trust nothing.
Hang out with them, because I've noticed that as well. You don't bring them to your home for the most part. You socialize. In the workplace, it's the same thing. You see white folks socializing with each other at their dinner parties, but they don't invite the black executives to their homes for dinner parties. I know this to be a fact. And secondly, the most precious day of the week is the most racist day of the week, or the most racial division, and that is Sunday, God's day. And so there's a lot of dichotomy that goes on with being embraced by.
Comment below, what does dichotomy mean? If you've been watching this whole thing, man, like, comment, subscribe, man. You feel me? Like, go ahead and drop dislike, drop. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, dislike it. If you don't like me, personally tell me in the comments, and I'll respond to you. I mean, I'll be on my phone. If you don't like me, go ahead and subscribe to it. Because I don't like the people Nolan Wells was with. So, like the video for Nolan Wells, man. Fuck it.
White folks. And the question is that a limited embrace or is that a full embrace?
So let me ask you this, right? You being a judge, with all the information you know, how would you address this?
Well, what I would do is, first of all, bring in the finest attorney I could find that loves black people. So in that sense, he's going to be compassionate about pursuing the truth because he loves black people. Let's start there. And then loves justice for black people. And knowing with the knowledge of the injustice that we have in the criminal justice system. So I want someone who's familiar with that. And I think they made the best selection, and that's my dear friend, Ben Crump.
Ben Crump and Judge Mathis are cool. Mind you, people in the judicial system, everybody is cool. The prosecutor and the defense person, I can't think of what their name is. The prosecutor and the person that's the lawyer for the people that's guilty, the one that's trying to prove you guilty and the one that's trying to knock you to get proved guilty, they be cool. Like, I remember when I had a case, my lawyer told me that he was at lunch with the prosecutor. My lawyer told me the person that was trying to prosecute me, they just went to BW3s together, Buffalo Wild Wings. They was talking about the case, like, man, you should just throw it out. He like, nah, man, I need this conviction. Woo, woo. So it's like, they are cool. So Judge Mathis telling the honest God the truth, like, this is my good friend. He love black people. He might be able to convict these white people. That's what he's saying. And I'm gonna tell you now, if these white people go free, it's gonna cause a riot, man. It's gonna cause a riot because y'all tricked this man to his death, and he's a young kid. It'd be different if he was a gangbanger. He posting videos with guns, smoking weed, sipping lean. He not doing none of that. It seems like he's a clean cut dude that's just around a couple white people, for real, for real. And you gotta be clean cut to even hang or get on the boat with just straight white people and think y'all cool. Whole time they looking like you fool. You feel me?
And the reason being is because, once again, the commitment. And how would I assist him in the case? I guess as I'm doing now, talking to him, but the objective would be to get it in front of the grand jury, and Ben's done that. And we're going to get all the interviews and testimony and come back and see what the prosecutor does. If the prosecutor makes the indictment, as they do 90% of the time that a case goes in front of the grand jury. Let's see here. Let's see there what happens. That's what I would be looking for.
Let's see what happens. Judge Mathis, great interview, very insightful. Definitely got to bring you back on. Before we end the interview, let the people know what you got going on or where they can find you. And
Let's stop it right there, man. RP Nolan Wells, man. Know who your friend and know who not your friend. I'm gonna keep doing reactions. Comment below if you think they did it or not, bro. Cause me personally, I think he didn't kill himself. And I think he didn't want to kill himself. I think it wasn't no suicide mission. I think he didn't want to inflict no harm on no one or himself. You get what I'm saying? He's surrounded. He's surrounded by white people. He's the only black person. As being a black person, where you're the only black person, it does feel weird. So why would I want to fight one of y'all? Because I already low-key think, everybody think in their head the worst case scenario. So maybe they did get into a fight, but they probably picked the white man's side and they all ganged up on him. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna follow up on this case more. It's a sad case, man, and it's a real sad case. It's unfortunate. I really hate that this happened, for real. And I know if they go free, it's gonna cause a uproar in the city, in the states, in the country, in America. You get what I'm saying? And it's in Mississippi, or it could be in Alabama, one of them two. But them are both known to be Jim Crow states. You get what I'm saying? We never had our way. When I say we, I mean black people as a whole. You get what I'm saying? I think, didn't Martin Luther King die in Mississippi? You feel me? He got shot one time trying to protest. He got shot on the balcony by a sniper, white man. You feel me? So, if y'all want a part 2, go ahead, comment below. Drop a like. You feel me? I'm going to keep on being consistent. If you part of the Magic Wand fam, I appreciate y'all. Keep coming back. You know, 10 people in one room was a lot of people. So, I appreciate everybody that watch my videos, comment, subscribe. I appreciate Evan Seals TV. He one of my day ones, you get what I'm saying? He always watching it, you get what I'm saying? Keep me motivated, you get what I'm saying? And y'all keep me motivated too. Even the views without the likes, you get what I'm saying? I never stop. Let's start there. Shout out Judge Mathis, man. I love the Judge Mathis show. And it seems like he know they cook. And they know they cook. I ain't even seen nothing else about Nolan Wells because they already know they probably prepared to leave the city. That would be your best bet. You need to go back to the island. If we're going to keep it so real. You need to go back to the island. You get your boat and drive until the gas is out. Matter of fact, you need to put 2 gallons of gas on there and just drive. Matter of fact, you don't go nowhere. You deal with your consequences. Because that's what they make these black people do. They giving black people a million years in jail. Free my cousin. So, shout out them crash outs, man. Deal with your consequences. If you're going to crash out, deal with your consequences, man. Ain't none of that. He wants to stay on the island by himself because everybody know he did it. Because who would? Who wants to stay somewhere he doesn't know anybody? Even if it is a girl. You feel me? Like, come on, man. It's like plenty of fish in the sea. And I heard it was girls on the boat. You get what I'm saying? So, comment below, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Magic Wand TV.